Black Against video with the priest. Rrr. You know we do it common sense. We can take over the world with common sense, said the Most High. Selassie I, Jah. Rastafari. This is the channel where we come to make common sense common, as they have made it uncommon for us to use our natural five senses to see, hear, smell, taste, and touch what is real, to know the difference between. So yes, Royal Family, on this morning video, we given a nice view of, the outside sun rising, beautiful day, the coconut trees. Yeah, we got some beautiful weather mixed with some rain and showers. They're good for the vegetation. So yes, Royal Family, let's deal with it. God say, grow up. Yes, God say, grow up. In these times, when we look around the world, it's as even human life is just like a part of a game. Yeah, the children around the world, being used as a part of just a chessboard. They're just playing games with humanity. They're using humanity, as a part of their games. So what really happened? Psychologically throughout time, you know, as the scriptures say, man has become lovers of themselves more than lovers of God. And, the word God has been mistranslated in so many ways, and it's been misused in a lot of ways. It's been misunderstood in a lot of ways. But it's basically saying, that, man become lovers of their feelings, emotions, their passions, their carnal desires. Man become more a lover of those personal desires than the love of the higher calling, which is a higher purpose in life. The life that you have to make personal sacrifices, to make a better future and environment, for the whole of humanity. So, yes, Royal Family, we could say in this time that man has truly become more lovers of themselves. When we were children, because I can deal with it, because I don't want nobody feel like I come to take away your fun, I come to take away your joy, I come to take away your happiness, because we need things to enjoy life. That's what life is about, enjoyment. So from we were kids, you know, and our parents give us gifts, as the Bible say, if a human flesh father does give, the children gift, God also gives us gifts as his children. So from we was children growing up, we used to receive gifts, you see, and what the parent will try to do, either ask you what you like, or they would try to monitor your life as a child to see what you like, based on your gender, XYZ. Now, over the years, as a youth, you start to develop a desire for pleasure. Like your parents, they afford you, a little, car or something, little toy car. Yeah, you can cherish that, you play with that. You cherish that, you play with that. And over the years, you keep having this passion towards cars. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's nothing wrong with that. And then you get older, you're in your 20s, you get your car, and, again, there's nothing wrong with that. The problem is when we don't grow up. It's when we don't become mature about our passions, our desires, and our pleasures. When we were children and, you get a box full of cars, you know what I mean? You feel good. You feel wealthy. You feel rich. Because you got all these toy cars to pick from, XYZ. You even throw one away. Them Hot Wheels car set, they come with 100 in them. So you go miss and lost a car or two under the bed, and you still ain't feel no loss until you really picture, my Lamborghini, the green one that disappear. You grow up a passion for these things. So as you grow older, people start to, you know, have to make mature choices in regard to these things now, because you have a passion for a car. So some brethren out there from this young, they have a passion for cars. So they can't afford a certain car, they go and they steal a car. That's when you lose, control of your passions, your pleasures, your desires. You're not mature enough to understand that when you was getting those toy cars, they were toy cars. You were a child. And they come in a little small miniature thing, and it only probably cost $20 for the whole 100 car set. But now you's a big grown man, you in the real world. And you around walking every day picking out cars you want. I want a Hellcat. I want a Lamborghini. Just like you as a kid. But you're not understanding, this is the real world now. This is not a toy car out there. These cars and things that people work hard, spend money, sleep restless nights in ingenuity to build these cars, to be, on the sales market, to have people to purchase and to keep an economic system going, of transportation, luxury, and also accommodations. All this stuff wrapped up in a bigger world, but because many of us, not many people don't grow up. So they have this mentality where, well, I still want these cars. I don't have the money, so I'll just go steal them. I mean, even kids do it when you was young too. You get 100 car set and their parents didn't get them. They get them boats, but they want car. Some people will try to steal your stuff, but even on a grander picture, when we become mature about our desires, our pleasures. For instance, I say I like cars from I was young. As we mature within our life, we have to make conscientious decisions about our passions. You have to be willing to take your passion and allow it to benefit not just you, but everyone around you, for a very long time. That's one of the greatest accomplishments I personally feel a person could, acquire. You creating something that surpasses your own generation and goes into other generations. So, we have a lot of people out there, you know, they wealthy and this and that. Some people ain't, but for if I passion is about cars and these stuff from I was a youth, it's only the right thing for me to make up my mind to one day to make my own car. This is where maturity comes in. And a lot of people, they reach this level of maturity to their passions early in their life. They call them, genius, or they call them, inventors. But I mean, every human is an inventor. It's a matter of tapping into your passion, your desires, and becoming educated about it and wanting to create something by it that can, surpass your time, surpass your personal pleasure. If I was a man and I'm wealthy and I have 20 something cars in my, car lot, my personal private garage, and I don't have one car that I personally design, that I personally, come with a group of people and put that car together and that car on market, yeah, then, I don't see that as the full maturity of someone's passion. If you as a person, you love cakes, you love baking cakes from you've been around it, you're good with the flour, you know, yeah, if you've been doing cakes for years and you don't have a personal recipe, you don't have a personal cake that you can, like, you put together in your brain that no one else You allow yourself to experiment and express yourself because of your passion. I love cake so much. I want to create a cake that no one never even created, Trey. You don't even have to say that. You just have to pretty much be yourself. And, yeah. And you don't have to be around the whole world as some fancy, you know, famous baker, but right in your community, you could be known for a particular kind of cake that only you bake it. And I've seen it happen. I've seen it in my community where certain people only them is do it that way. Because it came out of them. They didn't take it from a recipe book. They didn't learn it in the school. They didn't learn it in college. They've learned stuff in college. They've learned stuff in school. They've learned stuff from the recipe book because of their passion, because they love it so much. But because of this love and collective information along with their desire and passion in that field, that person going ahead and creating a recipe, a cake that, it just tastes different. Yeah. It could even be a common lemon cake. It could be a common lemon cake that is baked around the world. But this person, the way they prepare it, they ingenious their own way, and it tastes like lemon cake, but it's actually textured soft. Some way you can see it's their creation. So I use the simple cake, as far as even someone opening up their own car manufacturing company. If you love cars that much, bro, or sis, you know, start to consider building a factory, finding the material you need, to put your car together, all these different stuff, the engineers, especially, those of the wealthy, those that, you know, and especially our black community, you know, I'm especially talking to our black African community around the world, the rich, wealthy, you know, I see a lot of our African, blacks, rich, they wear all these wealthy jewelry and stuff because a lot of black Africans like jewelry. They like gold and diamonds and all that stuff. And you got all these pieces that you purchase from people. You have a passion for it. From you was young, you always just like to see the bling. You like to see, the essence, and you even go on deeper and you find out, probably, the elements and their effect around, the universe. You know what I mean? You go on deep into, gold and diamond and platinum and this stuff. You love jewelry. So my thing is, you know, yeah, become a great jeweler, someone who, yeah, you take your strength. If you have a lot of money, if you have sufficient money, and you go and you find the ore, you find the original place where you could get this gold, you put a team together, and you manufacture your own jewelry with your name on it. Rather than coming on TikTok and all these YouTube and these events showing people stuff. That's where you're still in your child stage of your passion. The people that selling you these jewelry, they're matured in their passion. They love jewelry too. Why the hell you think they doing it? Why you think they became so great and well known for selling jewelry? Because of their passion for jewelry. But they took their passion to a mature level to understand that, hey, if I love this stuff so much, I need to make my own product. I need to make my own stuff. You know, I need to, yeah, become what I love, and yes, Royal Family, that shows the maturity in everything we do. If you love basketball, start making basketballs too. Make rims and nets and all these things in your name, and because you love it, it's your passion. And you could be as creative as you want to be in your passion. Yeah, like I love music. Music is my passion. As the strength come in, I'm looking to make instruments in my name that I created from, whatever, use as time come on. I'm not going to limit myself to just toy around with what is already out there. You know, I, want to take what I've learned over the years, and, take the passion and, create something that, is authentic, that shows the depth of my passion. When I have companies like, um, say Ford, all these different companies, it shows, that people, yeah, they take it to another level, yeah, they took it to another level. And you could get caught up in your desires and passions. You just love the pleasure of it, and then you don't really mature to the pleasure. You're not able to give that pleasure true source, and that's what's really important in this world. Yeah. If you just bake cake, one more example, then we can close the video. If you just bake cake and you're using these people recipe to bake your cake, so the people decide one day, I'm gonna send out a pattern, and I don't want nobody else bake my cake but me. Anyone caught using my recipe would be jailed and fined. Life sentence. Then what you gonna do? You can't bake cake no more. You know why? Because you're so hooked up on the pleasure of someone else's craft, someone else's invention. You see? And that's not how life's supposed to be. Everyone has something to offer, even if you're not aware of it yet, because you have not come into the fullness of yourself. You've not taken the things you have pleasure in it and make a craft out of it. Make inventions out of it. Make greater things that is already existing. You know, um, the world gets stuck when we just baffle in pleasure. You love drones. Someone, you know, they had a passion for planes. You know, flying things, and when they was young, they probably parents bought them a lot of planes, or they probably travel a lot. Their daddy probably was a pilot. Somehow they get this passion for flying, for planes. And instead of just taking all their money and just flying around the world and first class, you know what I mean? And buying all the planes in the world, they decide, you know what? I can make something that could fly, like a plane, but I could just control it with my, I don't have to be up there up in this, seriously, man. That's how every day we have something new coming to this earth, you know. And when I use the word new in the form of inventions, people altering and, changing, is something like, it's like, I forget what the little cube with all the colors on the different sides, and you keep turning the line, the colors up. That's kind of life. Life is like, as you turn that cube, just all kind of different colors, and that's how it's supposed to be. This jealousy, hate, don't want people, be themselves, don't want to encourage people to, be inventive, creative. You just want people to do what you want them to do. You want people to enjoy your inventions alone. People want to hold a manipulation on, even the world leaders. That's why they tend to have these genius schools where, people who express that invention from a very young age, they allow them to come to these institutions because they know the power of those people. Those people from a very young age understand that, hey, I don't come here just to enjoy what is created. Listen to me carefully. I didn't come here just to enjoy what was created. I also come to create from what I enjoy things that others can enjoy. They natural inventors, you see, that I wouldn't say natural inventors, they people that fortunately looked at life from that perspective from a very young age. They were just blessed. You know, they became very mature at a very young age. They look at a car, people's bought them, and they mind went somewhere else. I want to create something from my passion. I love cars, but excuse me. I love cars, but I want to take this to another level. You know what I mean? I want to invent a car that probably could fly, through my passion for cars. I want to see a car literally fly. So that's what maturity does with our passions and our pleasures, our desires. Maturity allows us to don't overly, bask in, what makes you feel good alone, but to actually take what makes you feel so good and create around that feeling something that others can feel good about, you know. And that's the maturity. Those who contribute to life outside of themselves, is one of the greatest contribution, the emperor teaches us, Rastafari, Everything we do for ourselves is just for us. All the pleasures you enjoy, even if you go and invent something right now, if you create something that is not out there according to your passion and you don't share that with the world, that only serving you. That ain't serving much of a purpose. It's not serving much of a purpose. Imagine having an ocean of water to your resource and the world around you, is thirsty. They don't have a drop of water. Having that vast amount of water for yourself, yes, that serves you. Oh, the whole world thirsty. And I got an ocean of water for myself. I good. Yeah, but, you know, that's it. You know, that's it. That's your reward. But as you innovate a way to take this water, this ocean of water you have, and allow the world to gain knowledge, understanding how you obtain that and how they could obtain it, and get them vision, and you know, get them the ability to go beyond even what you may have done through their own inventions, without jealousy, without envy, without hate, without any of that nature. Because you may need them one day to face what may be coming through their invention. So we need a new world. Yeah, we need a new world. We don't need to destroy nothing. The world don't need to be destroyed. I mean, it will have to, because of course, to some degree, I'm speaking, and many people even never hear I and I. So many people may never hear I and I, and they just can continue to go on in their way. But we need a new world, man, where we look at life different. We approach life different. We approach everything different. When we see pleasures of this world as only catalyst, things that feed us to create more things that people can enjoy, and things that, yeah, shows the maturity of humanity, you know, to see elders, leaders, these people basking in pleasure, the wealth of the people, but they're not mature enough to take the wealth, and, the pleasure, the desire that draw them to the position to lead. They're not willing to become mature enough and say, hey, I'm the leader now. Yes, I could play with everything. I could have all the toys in the world I want. But that would be just for me. That would be kind of, childish. Because there are actually dying people all around me. It's a dying world all around me. Suffering people. There's so much things going on all around me. So it's best to take that desire to lead, that pleasure you get out of leadership, and invent a leadership that the world is not seeing yet. Do something you know, from the passion and desire to lead people and invent some creative strategy to help people to desire the same pleasures that you did, that you obtain, where people can become leaders within their own lives. Invent a program in your country to teach people leadership because it's your pleasure. You get pleasure of leading people. So go ahead and invent something. Don't just suck the pleasures of being a leader. Everybody know what a leader gets. Bunch of cars, this, that, all that stuff. You could utilize all them things, which is a leader. Accessible to it. It's just like a musician. A musician have access to all kind of musical stuff because there's a musician. But a musician just sit down on YouTube all day and just listen to music? And he's a musician? You think it makes sense to all the music he's listening to all day? He take that and invent some kind of music for these people to listen to him now. These people he's been listening to all the years. He have so much passion for this music and this and that. If he's a musician, and practically that's what really happens. You don't have much people that have pleasures, desires, things they are passionate about from their youth that they are not good at. That they're not good at. If you see a person that like music from they was young, as they get older and older and older, they just gonna like it more. And they get good at, they participate, they somehow, if they can't sing, they become a DJ. They can't DJ, they become a band player. Somewhere in the music field, the passion, you see, that need to be around music, it's gonna draw them, into the music, so I encourage everybody out there, no matter what field of life you in, no matter what you do for a living, when you cook, if you clean, it don't even matter. If you love cleaning, and it pleasures you, yeah, to have clean people come clean all this different stuff, yeah, then make an invention, make a product that, you work half as less, the time to clean. That's becoming mature about your passion to clean. You see? And in other words, you could use is to be business oriented around your passion and your pleasure. Because they've taught us to be more careless around our passions and our desires and be more disciplined, around, you know, I should say labor ethics, things that bring, this finance, for example, if you have a passion to dance, you know, yeah, they would want you to take dancing more like a pleasure alone, something you just do every now and again, just to get, your little pleasure. But you got to focus on your job, which is probably, fixing engines or something like that, or, anything. It's not your passion. It's something you do for money, you see, just to survive. That's when you're way out of your calling, you way out of who you really are. Yeah, you way far from who you're supposed to be. If you love music and you're over here fixing a car engine, you're far from your passions, you see, and the people that have you doing them engines, that whole world of fixing cars is not going to give you the time to go ahead and follow your passion, your pleasures, and create something from it. So you have to, even from your youth, wrap, your business life, even around your pleasures and your passion. If you love cars, get into the car industry right away. Get into reading books, car shows, everything that have to do with cars. Get into it early. Because the earlier you get into your passion, your pleasure, you can take upon yourself the opportunity to become mature enough, feel enough to even create your own events in your name. This event happens every year and such a person hosts it. That's what our maturity does with our passion, with our pleasures. It takes it to the level where you create and you become the passion. You become that pleasure rather than just enjoying the passion, enjoying the pleasure. You become that. And that's when it becomes like nothing more pleasurable, nothing more satisfied. When you love pool and you create a pool table, that is unique, that has fine design, what I mean? It has your name on it. That's taking your passion of shooting pool and the pleasure of shooting pool to another level. It's to maturity. Hey, yeah, I'm ready to create I'm ready to create my own, you know, my own stick to hit the ball. It's gonna be my own stick. You know, with my own. You've been in it long enough. Or you should have, even if you're young. Like I say, some people don't even need to be in their passion that long. It's just that they're passionate so much. It pleasures them so much to do it that they quickly achieve great things in that passion. You have young business entrepreneurs around the world. You have young inventors. You have young everything around the world. These people ain't waiting till they I age 40 and 50 and 60. No, from they young. And that's why speaking on this is to encourage the youths, to encourage anybody. They don't wait forever to find your desire, find your passion, find the thing that pleasures you the most in righteousness. You know what I mean? Not in evil, in righteousness. Because we have two desires. We have an evil desire and we have a righteous desire. You have to shun away evil desires. Your desire may be just to sit on the couch all day and don't go to work, don't do nothing for life. And depend on people. That's the evil desire. And then you have the desire that is saying, hey, get up and go and, sing. Because you could sing. Yeah, and listen to music and go participate in your pleasure and your passion. And yeah, and from there you come to create a song soon, and you may have a whole record label in your name. Yeah. So that's maturity and passion's pleasure. Well, Emmanuel Eyes, last yeah, Rastafari. Another video with the priest. Black again.